Joined here as the Bulldogs get ready for the 2025-26 season with interim head coach Alex Fodness. Coach, first of all, how excited are you just to get on the floor and get a chance to compete with these guys?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We're really looking forward to it. You know, it's getting kind of to be the dog days of your preseason, and everybody's chomping at the bit to play somebody who's not in a Ferris uniform. And I think the same could be said for the coaches as well. We're ready to go out and see where we look, or see how we match up against some other teams. And obviously tonight will be a lot of fun.
Of course, you guys going through a little stage of transition. Maybe just talk about how those guys have kind of adapted to you and the staff here during the preseason.
Sure. Yeah, you know, it's been an adjustment for everybody. Obviously, this was not the circumstance or the situation that we were all preparing for when the season started. But as far as, you know, philosophy and some things like that, I don't think a lot has really changed. We still want to play the same way or very similarly to the same way. And you know, as far as my personal coaching style, I think guys appreciate that I'm a little tougher on them, hold guys accountable, and there's no delineation between the best guy and the worst guy from that regard. I think guys really respect us and want to come in and work every day, and I think we've made a really good adjustment. I think the guys have been bought into what we're doing, and that's only continuing to get better as we get further along.
For you haven't been around the game of basketball in the Division II level, what do you know about the GLIAC as you guys get ready and prepared for the season?
Yeah, you know, the GLIAC's a tough league. It's a tough league. There's, you know, good teams 1 through 11 that on any given night can give you problems and make it hard for you. And I think that's going to be the challenge for our guys as the season goes on, to understand that, hey, what we did maybe on a Saturday night game does not matter now, and we got to turn around and go play on a Monday. We got to be sure that we bring it every single night if we want to have a chance to compete. And I think that in that regard, the league, obviously it's a little bit smaller than where I'm coming from in the NSIC, but very similar where, you know, on any given night, if you don't show up and bring your best, you could have a chance to go down. And so we've got to make that a focal point that the Rents do every day, and we got to move on to the next one and refocus.
What's the leadership been like from some of those guys that maybe have been in the program? Michael Bingham, Brandon Clairbout, Donovan Brown-Boyd, Tyler Hamilton, some of those guys.
Yeah, you know, having those guys around from previous years and really kind of having that ingrained into what like Ferris men's basketball has been awesome. Brandon's been an awesome leader for us, just on and off the floor. Not afraid to let guys know when they're maybe not doing things to the standard they need to. Kel's been great just from a standpoint of leading by example, being a guy that shows up every day and can play hard and do those kind of things. And Donnie's been a really, really steady voice and steady player for us too, as far as very similar to Kel, just shows up, does what he needs to do on a daily basis. And I would say another senior that's been great for us has been Bryce Moore, new to the program, but Bryce has been in some battles, has been in some big games, and just brings his consistency on a daily basis, understands what it takes to win, has great energy, and I think he's going to be really valuable for us going forward too.
You mentioned along with Bryce some other guys coming into the program that are new as well, and some new faces, but guys that certainly have a lot of talent and a lot of ability.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm excited for these guys to get to go show what they can do in a different, you know, uniform and at a different level. Jordan Jasper from Arkansas was at Dawson Community College out in Montana. He's been great as our point guard. Just a really heady kid, makes good plays for others, can get into the paint, and is just really strong and really solid. And just a great overall human being. You know, one of those kind of guys that you want leading your team from the point guard position. I think he's going to play a really big role for us this year. And then Hussein Almarji transferred from Vincennes University, another really high-level junior college. I think Hussein's going to bring a lot of inside scoring ability for us, you know, off the bench, and be able to give us some scoring punch. And he's a really high IQ player. I think he's going to be really good. So we got a couple of those new faces. Chang Hoth is working his way into the rotation. Really good shooter. Actually, remember watching Chang as a high school player growing up in St. Cloud, Minnesota when I was in Bemidji. And so I think he's going to be good. And then Joey Cabana has been really, really solid for us. Davenport transfer, Michigan kid who played a really big role for them last year, even though they maybe weren't the most successful. But he's got a lot of tools. And so I could see those guys all really playing a role for us this year.
Of course, a tough schedule, and you guys tip it off tonight, as you mentioned, against Calvin University. Just talk about how that exhibition game will help prepare you for the start of regular season play.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of respect for what they do over at Calvin. Coach Saul, obviously no stranger to Ferris State as well. Great coach, great program, a winning program. They're a national tournament team. And, the message to our guys this week has just been, hey, man, it's going to be a positive either way we look at this thing. If we show up and we do what we need to do and perform well, we're going to feel really good about ourselves because we played well against a great team. And if things are a little tougher than they need to be tonight, or we struggle a little bit at times, well, it's going to hopefully open up some eyes and give us some more clarity on what we need to get better at. But yeah, a lot of respect for them. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a really good measuring stick for us early as we get, we're about 2 weeks out from playing real games. So I'm excited to play them and excited for our guys to have a chance to see where they measure up.
Finally here, obviously a lot of support from the community for Ferris State basketball. Just what's that support been like here as you kind of get ready for the season to start?
I mean, it's amazing. Ferris is a really special place. This community, this campus, this university, and the athletic department. I can't say enough good things about everybody that's come up to me, and whether it be somebody in the athletic department or even just people around town and giving us well wishes. It's just really, really special. I mean, I've been around a little bit, and I've been in places where that certainly has not been the case. So it's truly a breath of fresh air. And again, no shortage of support. It's unbelievable, and obviously very, very fortunate to be at a place like Ferris.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time, and best of luck tonight and as you get ready for the season.
Awesome. Thanks, Rob.